Bro, I guess it doesn't matter, I guess. So I think I might go for Dex. Has more health, strength. I want one with a lot of strength. Come down.
Choose a genetic resilience. Choose your first style. Pick your main color. Choose your detail color. Pick your main color. Choose your detail color. Pick a class. Commander, Deadeye. Commander, Cypher.
Best class.
Saboteur. Command, Deadeye. Commando.
So, healing.
Build, but let's make it simple. Melee focus, pick Dumbdog. Signing focus, pick Finn. Tank focus, pick Hyla. Range focuses can pick any, but extra crit won't hurt. Next we have the character here it is. Then we have your 5 classes, 6 if you include the pre-order bonus class. Next is your genetic resilience. There are 4 you can choose from. Biohazard. Next we have the character mutation, which lets you edit which stats you'll start with. By dragging the pin around, you warp your character cosmetically and change its stats. You can put a maximum of 100 into a particular stat, but the others will go down to 10. Your stats can grow beyond 100, as when you level up, you can add 10 points into one of these stats, but also luck. There's no option to boost luck, however, when building the character. Vitality increases your health and decreases how much ki it costs to dodge. I'll yet again make it simple for you. If you not playing on hard, don't worry too much about vitality. A high vitality build will slow the game down as you'll overall deal less damage. You'll also start getting too lazy to dodge or parry and will start getting knocked down often. Only look at this stat if you're going the Sentinel class on hard difficulty and have perks on your weapons that give you bonuses. Though vitality does seem to give you the biggest benefit per point invested into. At 10 vitality you have around 1,000 health naturally. At 100 you have well over 2,000, so a few points here and there won't hurt. However, gear will go further in making you harder to kill. Pump 100 into strength if you plan on going a melee focus build. It quite simply makes you hit harder. This is a level 1 primal with 10 strength level ups in order to get out. This is a useful stat for any build as it helps you get into rank focusing on rank. Pump 100, Dan, it does things. It but building your character. It also has for example, an area might be radioactive, so you need radioactivity resistance to enter it. At the start of the game, you'll encounter biohazard first, so this is probably the only one I'd recommend looking into. Otherwise, leave your resistances in the middle.
Choose your detail. Pick your main. Choose a genetic resilience.
Resistances, so it's never an investment you will regret. I put my heat resistance up to 25%.
Choose your first style.
And heat is the last resistance I need.
Pick your main color. Choose a genetic resilience. Choose your first style. Pick your main color. Choose your detail color. Pick a Psy-Freak, Commando, Deadeye, Commando.
Needed, yet I got through the game just fine. Freak, Saboteur, and Sentinel. The difference between these classes is weapons they start with.
One. What happened?
And 6 if you include needed, yet I got through the game just fine. Then you have a few options for cosmetics. You can change these later at a hairdresser. Then we have your 5 classes, 6 if you include the pre-order bonus class, the Mercenary. We have Deadeye, Commando, Psy-Freak, Saboteur, and Sentinel. The difference between these classes is the weapon and perk they start with, and special perks they get access to. So you could choose the Commando, for example, and still use Psy powers and a big hammer. Deadeye looks to be the hybrid class, but its perks speak something different. They're all range weapon-based. Quick Load lets you reload faster, Gunslinger increases rate of fire for dual guns, Crackshot and Sniper increases the damage of non-automatic rifles, and Sharpshooter doubles the damage of two-handed guns, which is huge. Primal and Murgle make good Deadeyes for their increased crit. Deadeye also wants lots of agility and luck, running around the battlefield and dealing high-ranged damage, occasionally weaving in some melee attacks. You have options to what kind of guns you want to use, but non-automatic rifles seem the way to go. Commando is the next class, and reading it from the character creator will make you think it's a ranged focus, starting with a flat 10% boost to ranged weapon attacks. However, the Commando is more of a hybrid class. Stimulus increases your melee damage and your armor when you're below 20% health. Adrenaline increases your attack speed with melee when below 20%. Shock gives your shotguns a gun chance, and Brutality increases critical damage from ranged attacks. Primals and Dumlocks make good Commandos. Commandos want a mix of strength and agility so they can get close and pepper enemies with automatic rifles or shotguns, then follow up with powerful melee swings. Commandos can be quite adaptable, able to take on most kinds of enemies. Next is Psy-Freak, which at this moment seems like the most overpowered ground combatant, only falling behind in sections that require them to use weapons. Even early on, Sparkball, which Psy-Freaks get access to from the start, does some insane damage. They also get the perk Megamind, which increases their key regen. They also have access to Nocturnal, which gives them intellect at night, Mind Melt, which gives their spells a chance to critically hit, Psy Spikes us. You start with the ability to dual-wield one-handed weapons, which gives
Saboteur.
you damage, as well as hypergenic, which reduces the cost of dodging. Reflexes give you a passive chance to avoid range attacks. Agile increases your dodge distance. Moving target increases your movement speed.
Sentinel.
Combat.
Saboteur.
Evasive increases your armor when dodging or in the air. You'll notice none of your perks actually help your damage output directly, but because this class gets access to dual wield at the start and has so much maneuverability in melee, it's more dumb luck. This is your base armor when you're hit, the perk not hard. Pick the color as a melee focus. Next are combination of perks with strong perk, speed or intelligence, a nice crowd control tool. Overall, I wouldn't recommend this class unless you're playing on hard. Pick the Hyla breed and pepper in some vitality with either strength, speed, or intelligence, depending on how you want to damage.
Commando, Deadeye, Commando, Cypher, Commando, Deadeye.
Has access to some
Deadeye chosen.
First, it starts with dual wield
Pick
and
a
fury,
class.
making it strictly better than the Saboteur as a melee.
How to be better at Biomutant. So we're just gonna like skim past.
You can max that out much quicker than, say, any other character selector class. Now, there are two real standout classes here, but I'm going to tell you which one is best. So the Deadeye and the Psy-Freak are the two that really stand out. The Deadeye has some wonderful perks, but I think the Psy-Freak just edges it. Now, here is why.
Choose a genetic. Define your genetic structure.
Actually brilliant at taking those powers and
Encode your DNA.
Now, as you can see here from this screen, this is a Psy-Freak screen, and on the right-hand side, it's Psy powers, but the Psy-Freak
Define your genetic structure.
at taking those powers and taking them to the next level. Now, as you can see here from this screen, this is a Psy-Freak screen, and on the right-hand side, we have been buffing our intellect. Our intellect not only increases the power of these Psy powers, but it also gives us more key energy.
Choose
and
a
more
genetic
regen,
resilience.
which is really important for this build. So in
Choose
terms of
your
mutations,
first style.
The Psy-Freak has the same access
Pick your main
as
color.
everybody else in terms of Psy powers, but remember that he starts off with a higher base else as well. So all in all, it is just all rounded for a perfect character. Some of the Psy powers as well can be completely overlooked. The freeze ability that enables you to control the battlefield, and those enemies can't attack while they're sliding around as well. It's really
Choose your
all
detail
synergizes
color.
really well.
Pick your
And it
main
kind of
color.
feels like the most Biomutant
Choose
kind
your
of character.
pick your
The
main
Deadeye
color.
is very, very strong
Choose
at
your
the
detail
reloads,
color.
and all the perks that go with it that just give you straight up damage is great.
Pick a
But the way
class. Command Deadeye.
absolutely just
Deadeye
commands the
chosen.
battlefield, gives it the edge in my opinion. Guys, that's it for today's video. If you have enjoyed this video,
Good choice.
consider subscribing to the channel.
I'm streaming. Okay.
Here's
Look, I'm
somebody
streaming.
with a troubled past, drawn into the spotlight of a story that's already begun. We're already at a crossroads. Choosing a path in life is that fork in the road where you make a choice or simply stop living. But for you, it's not only a crossroad, but a choice, a reflection of your key, the
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm the dark side of you. Your inner voice, to be precise. An echo of the balance and consequence of your act.
Can't believe you'd choose that thing over me. But I'll be here waiting for you when you have a change of heart.
That thing? I'm right here. Let me...
Better heart.
The best end.
right is always right. Stories of death and the bodies left behind, a reminder that we're at the mercy of nature and the one that preys on others. Do Do you remember the beast that shattered your family? Or did you choose to forget? You turned your back on our world and got lost in your own. Meanwhile, the Predator only grew stronger. Make a run for it. This is not the time nor place to end this story. This time, it was best to run and live to fight another day. Let us hope you're ready for it when it comes. The Predator isn't the only threat. The wildlife started to mutate when the end of days began, and the Tree of Life started to die. Man to thing. Scragged him up. oil sludges everywhere. To most, it only means death, but some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its ways.
just to do it. I'm waiting for my banana to come. So I can have banana. Mama, can you call Sharjah and ask if I can go? If I can go to Amichya Pacha.
An emergency box from the once was. A rare sight. That pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy. Whoa! It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it. The Morks produce biomatter in their multi-organ that they shed under distress. Bombs that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed, including you. Close encounter. Looks good. Toxanol built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from the flight logs of the single ark they left behind that we know other arks traveled through the sky and beyond. It seems those that came before us never lost hope in finding a new home for their kind. There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when they made the big mistake. They began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. And they were right, but no one was prepared for what was about to unfold. Once in the surf, the radiation interfered with the genetics of the wildlife and created bizarre mutations in their offspring. It had an inconceivable impact on biodiversity and the entire ecosystem. The world as they knew it crumbled as nature retaliated. It would never be the same again, and what remained of it became ours. Of spark metal going pew pew is never a good thing. It's coming from behind that door. A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt. Locked up tight. It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Quite a shock to the system. Let's try that again. There you go.
What the hell is happening?
The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out. That's the last of them. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives. Someone will pay dearly for that. That's sure to be useful. He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. You just can't figure out why. He presents himself as out of date. He knows he's way overdue, but he hasn't given up. He doesn't seem surprised that you don't recognize him. You were just a child back then, the night everything changed. There have been rumors of a one-eyed Ronin seen outside the Great Wall, and he's happy to see it's true. The legend of the one-eyed child that grew up as an outcast is old and sad. The child could have been anyone, but the evil it had fled had left a mark, a facial... There's no doubt you're the child, and that what Lupa Lupin did to your village, your Muma and Popsy, was the beginning of the end. He says it has taken you a long time to bring the past back up to the present, to find your way back, but he's grateful you have. It was after the attack that the unity fell apart. Your Muma's disciples divided and formed tribes as a reaction to the blight that had fallen upon the land. Had it not been for the Tree of Life, no one would have survived. He hopes you at least remember the tree. Asks if you are tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wonders if your Muma knows you are here. Sounds like he thinks she does, despite your heart growing dark. There's nothing as powerful as a Muma's love. He understands why you came all the way out here to... The potato people, or Nono, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this little tree here fueling its source of life. You might be right. Like potatoes, they're packed with energy, an excellent source of ki. The Nono prefer to hide in glitter grass. He says you should get over there and ruffle it. See if you can make one come out of hiding. You found one. You should be proud. They don't come out for everyone. The Nono's ki energy is just what the Pensai needs to complete its cycle and grow into a tree of life. Only time will tell. At least his intention is to dedicate his life to it. He has the feeling the fate of the world depends on it. You'll need to support the tree for a long time to come. The only way it'll grow tall is with the burst of ki released from the Nono as they become one with the tree. You'll need a net to catch the Nono, and he wants you to use his, but asks you to be gentle. The Nono are sensitive beings, an embodiment of ki, the primal energy. You handle that net like you've never done anything else. He's impressed. One day, he hopes the tree will have grown tall enough to sustain the world. But today, your focus is getting this one to become one with the tree. Now that you've seen the Nonno's connection with the tree with your own eyes, you have no reason to doubt. From this day on, he'll make nurturing the Pensai into a tree of life, a life goal, not only for our village's sake, but for all of us, everyone. One day, the land won't be as peaceful. Not even your Muma will be able to protect us. He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Muma comes looking for you. You did good here today. No, she's got lots on her mind and needs rest after the raid last night on the Lupin camp with her disciples. Wonders if they let the Predator family live or not. He lost you there for a while, but no memory is alone. It's part of a trail you can follow. He says he remembers every single day he devoted to growing the Tree of Life, but now he's afraid it might be in vain. Records tell of the ruinous devastation the Toxanol Corporation inflicted on the land. The apocalypse sparked a re-evolution, the second coming, and our lineage. His friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route. Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route. Nocco has tamed the Midget and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Goo Glide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast. Out of Date says his friends are gearing up to stop the World Eaters. There's one at the end of each route. The road ahead won't be easy, but he's counting on your support. His friends aren't strong enough to end this on their own. He wants you to understand that you'll all die if the tree isn't saved. Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters. You're getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb. Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters. A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged. Let's see.
It's a big beast. I'm scared of you.
That must be the World Eater that chewed off Out of Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down. Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone made it out alive. He's heard the stories about the terror inflicted by the World Eaters to other enclaves, but never expected one to come all the way here. He worries there won't be much left to save if this continues, even if the Tree of Life survives the attack. He doesn't know what your connection is to this place, but something tells him you've stayed true to your heart. Anyway, he needs help and says it's by your actions you'll be judged, not by your intentions. He's grateful for that. You still seem to have a spark of light in you.
That's a spark of light in you!
That's right. Smack that spark out before it starts.
You don't have to be so harsh. It's such a little spark.
Take it out now while it's small.
There's...
There's Out of Date again. He must have missed something important. Out of Date says you will make a better stand against the World Eaters with the support of a tribe, and there are two nearby. The Myriad tribe is likely to be a good match as they act on the understanding of the greater good and have a code of honor. Regardless of who you choose, it won't be easy, as the conflict between the tribes is worse than ever, teetering on the brink of war. The Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same. The Jagni tribe only ever had one conviction: to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jagni isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way. Out of Date says someone needs to break the stalemate and shift the balance of power to either Jagni's or Myriad's side. He believes the tribe Sifus, Myriad especially, will listen to you. Out of Date will be waiting for you beneath the Tree of Life if you lose track of what you need to do. Another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be? It's a bridge. Just get over it. Pain is nothing to you. They've destroyed this area, muddied up what used to be muck, as if it wasn't bad enough before the tribe war began. That's the Jagni tribe's fort. Their friendship can be a blessing or a curse. It's up to you. You're either a part of their solution to the tribe war, or part of the problem. Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war. Doesn't know if the Sifu will have time for you, but he'll let you in to find out.
Dosa or banana sugar? Then I want normal dosa and sugar. Not puri dosa, okay? Normal dosa and sugar. Dad, I'm playing a new game.
Wants to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared. They want to vanquish the tribes, as the only way they can guarantee peace is through supremacy. The Sifu is determined to let the World Eaters destroy the Tree of Life, as it's part of their strategy to cleanse the world and start anew. He welcomes you to the Joiiiiiiiiiiin fort and introduces himself. The news of a cold-blooded Ronin crossing the Great Wall through the crack in Bunker 101 preceded you. The wall that separates them from the other side, the wasteland you came from. He guesses the time spent there just left a blank space in your memory, as empty and barren as the wasteland itself. There's something about your spirit that sparks memories of you as a kidling. He can still sense you're kind-hearted. Sometimes one memory can make another come to life. He hasn't thought about your Muma for ages, even though she taught him a lot. He was one of the original Wang Fu disciples. Your Muma invented Wang Fu. Originally, it was based on unarmed combat and the 6 weapons: the boomerang, the shuriken, the bow, the staff, the nunchuk, and the hook and chain. Joiiiiiiiiiin doesn't want a new unity between the tribes. Their goal is to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared. Says there is some darkness in the best of us, even you, and suggests you embrace that side of you and help them vanquish the tribes and let the World Eaters destroy the Tree of Life.
Dada, should I join another team and destroy the team I was in, or should I not join the team? So there are 2 teams right now. Should I join the Joiiiiiiiiin team and then destroy the other team that I was on, or should I just stay on the team I was on and then destroy this team?
Show some loyalty, Aiden.
I want to join this team. Huh? Did I? No, I want to embrace the darkness.
He had a feeling you'd say that. You're not sinister enough to be a Joiiiiiiiiin. That big heart of yours makes you weak. He'll give you a chance to change your mind before you leave and asks you to reconsider. Otherwise, you'll be seen as a rival.
Dada, they'll see me as a rival if I don't join them. They're making me change my mind. Should I change my mind? Or should I be loyal? I'm gonna save my tree. Yes, I'm a rival.
Then so be it. He wants you to know that they'll show no mercy at the end of this war.
You
and
Munda,
offers you a last chance to come back and join.
They're not showing me any mercy.
You picked the wrong side. And with that, he urges you to seek protection at Myriad's stone fort before word gets out.